online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
That was Riders on the Storm by the Doors. Listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. I'm here with Matt Morgan. He's in charge of all those little switches. You all right, Matthew?
Yes.
And are you in control of the buttons that control our voices and the records?
I am.
Good.
Your hands off my buttons.
I'll leave them well alone. Cocky Trevor Lockie's here as well. What are you going to be in charge of today? Emails? Contests?
Contest? Well, no contest, because my contest has been, you know...
Arrange a contest.
Pardon?
Arrange some contest.
I'll arrange a contest.
It'd be nice
I'll
to have a
think of
contest.
Yeah.
Matt, I see you've bought yourself a new jacket.
Coat.
Coat, then.
Yeah.
And I see that on the buttons there's an anchor insignia there. A nautical theme, is it, on your coat?
Why?
Because you've been using it as a conversation piece, haven't you, Matthew?
Oh, what, that lady in the shop?
Tell the world.
She started it.
Right, he's trying to use the buttons on his coat to prise his way into people's lives.
No, I'm not.
Go on, what happened?
A lady in the shop, I thought she was joking, said to me, because there's little anchors on my buttons.
He's got little
which makes me
anchors
sound
on
like
his
I'm
buttons.
a toddler, but I'm not.
He looks very sweet, I've got to say.
And she goes to me, "Are you a sailor?" Because she had Borat's
Because she's
voice.
Borat, this woman, is she?
She had a funny accent.
What sort of shop is this? Well, what are you buying, exactly?
Well, it was in the co-op.
Bear traps.
You went to the co-op?
Yeah.
Just now?
No.
There are no co-ops.
It was the other day. There was an
Okay.
Archway.
Is there?
Yeah.
What were you doing in the
And we're all
co-op?
very happy with it. So, yeah, like she said to me, are you a sailor?
Because you've got anchors on your buttons, so
Then I
she said
said,
you're a sailor.
"Of
That's
course."
not why
Yes.
she asked.
I said, yes, I'm a sailor.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, right, because I've just got my sailing licence. And I thought, oh, God.
So you've actually, you lied to impress a
No,
woman.
I didn't actually. I thought she was taking the mickey.
Are you
So
a
I went,
sailor?
Yeah. Like that. She went, oh, I've just got my sailing licence. I've just got this, you know. And I went, oh, right. And then I said to her, I'll see you at the sea then. See you on the ocean. Like that. She went, and looked at me like I was a complete idiot.
Made sort of a cartoon confusion noise,
Yeah.
as if to say, people are unlikely ever to meet on the ocean waves.
On my little frigate.
Preposterous, really. So it's Christmas now, isn't it? Really. Just consider it to be. Why are you looming at my buttons? There's nothing
I thought
fishy
you had a
about
little
mine,
skull
mate.
on your buttons. I was going to take the mickey out of you, but you haven't.
No, I haven't. I'm wearing rather conventional and attractive clothing. Now, if you want to get in touch with us, right, perhaps you want to communicate with us about some issues or something. Like, for example, let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind, listeners of Radio 2. On the 16th of December 1965, Jingle Bells became the first song to be broadcast from space. Gemini 6 astronauts contacted Mission Control with a report of a satellite in polar orbit. Tom Stafford and Wally Schirra reported 8 small modules pulling a command module, before noting the pilot of the command module is wearing a red suit. They then performed Jingle Bells on a smuggled harmonica and sleigh bells. What's all this gooning about in space? They're up there in space. It's the first manned space flight. Well, one of the first.
No, it can't have been the first
Well, it's
one.
one of the first ones, so nonetheless, they shouldn't have got to the point already where they think, oh, come on, let's just muck around. It's
Why
dangerous
are
up
they taking a
there.
harmonica up there?
It's smuggled, Matthew. They shouldn't even have had that
Oh,
harmonica.
God knows where that was smuggled. We all know.
Well, yeah, we do. I just hope that they didn't inadvertently play a bum note, as it were. So that's ridiculous, going
dear.
up to space, behaving in that fashion. That makes
Oxygen
me angry.
is
It's sparse up there. There's a paucity of oxygen. Yeah. And playing Jingle Bells. And also, I don't like the idea that they were making light of the idea of seeing an extraterrestrial craft after only not that long earlier, Orson Welles had broadcast, oh, there's spaceships everywhere, and made everyone panic.
I know.
It created a lot of chaos.
We've been a bit party pooperish about it, though.
They just had a bit of fun up there in space, weren't they? Come on, let's get behind those guys. They were just being a bit astro-naughty. Come on, why not? No, who can blame them? After all, it's just a bit of good, clean fun. So, what do we want to know about?
Escapes, times you've escaped. Because
Times that
Russell
you've escaped.
Escaping the country.
I'm not escaping it. I'm having just a little tiny holiday for 1 week to rest my tired old bones.
With one flip-flop.
All I've got's a flip-flop and a thimble full of sun gel. I'm just gonna, I just need to have a quick escape from everything. So we thought, let's talk about times where you've escaped in your own life. In fact, someone left a wonderful thing on the blog. This lady Look at that. This woman, Lisa from Leicester, once wrote, I escaped from a psychiatric institution. I'm not joking, although it was hilarious. I just walked around for a few hours thinking, I'm an escaped mental patient. Not to worry, though, I didn't go on any murderous rampages or anything crazy. I just took myself for a 4-mile stroll, then went back to the ward when it got too cold and started raining. Ha ha ha. How bizarre to be able to list on my CV of life experiences, age 21, escaped from a loony bin. And then she's written ha 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 again. For me, that's too many ha-ha-has on one email.
Yeah.
She's cracking up again. Lisa, get back in the bin! And they closed down the Maudsley Psychiatric Hospital at a time like this.
That's, happened to you, didn't it, in America?
I, was in a treatment centre getting cured from my numerous addictions, and I got, I had a bit of a tantrum in the old treatment centre. Like, they were trying to get me to express anger. It was an exercise to get you to express anger. That was the whole idea of it. They go, so they drag up your past, come on! And they're all American, right? And I'm the only English person there, and you never feel more English than when you're in America. You're not really aware of how English you are. I go to America, you turn into, Alan Bennett, essentially, is what I became. I was listening to Alan Bennett's diaries, his BBC diaries. I talk about these often. It was really, really lovely because, like, Alan Bennett's diaries, as read by Alan himself, typically if you buy a CD, you put it on, don't you? And it'll go, like, if it's a sort of an audio book or something, it'll go, and this is the Alan Bennett diaries from the BBC, read by Sir Alan Bennett. Right, and this, right, you just put it on, it goes, Wednesday 17th, 4 o'clock, draining, mother's confused in the bedroom. Just like Alan Bennett kicks a hole in the side of your head and starts shouting beautifully written trivia into the core of your brain. And it's really like, because I was in America as well, and he talked about America and Americans, and I felt so comforted. Right, listening to this stuff, it was glorious. And like, sort of, the embrace of England, really felt English and proud of my Englishness. So anyway, sort of one time in this treatment centre, I had to do this exercise about, right, dredge up some anger. And they're going, look, you're never angry about anything, you always just take the mickey. And I thought, it's because you're all bloody Americans. They behave like Thunderbirds. Mate, I've got a lot of problems with the way you communicated that, Russell.
Oh,
so,
God.
Now listen, I hear what you're saying to me, and I appreciate it, but why don't you say it back? You know, it's all like, sort of like that. And, oh, come on, someone be real! Come here! It made me want to sort of bite into a bottle, and then sort of like they did this.
The cargo bay doors are open. It's just like, it's like Hal and 2001.
Yeah, it was like Hal. Yeah, it was sort of like this easy, sort of therapeutic sluice of language being rinsed through your brain.
So they made you do an exercise
to express anger,
not knowing that you've had formal training in the acting arts.
Yes, actually, I was rather well trained. So they go, so right, so express some of your anger. And so I was sat down, they were going, right, okay, breathe in, breathe out, and I was getting quite angry and irritated by the whole process.
Breathe in and breathe out.
Yeah, which is obvious anyway.
Blimey.
You can't just keep breathing in endlessly. Eventually you're going to have to breathe out. These are the ABCs of being a person. When you do a poo and you're nappy there, pop it on the sideboard. You know, and like, it was really preposterous. So there's this bit, like, they sort of got me all worked up, talking about my childhood and stuff. And they go, okay, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, and then let out a roar to express how you feel. As I let out the roar tumbled into this primeval scream, and I sort of found myself standing up off the chair, picking up the chair I was on, swinging around and smashing the chair into the wall. And when you go into these moments of madness, I find, life all slows down around you. And me, when I've ever vented anger, I feel quite lucid and calm immediately after. Like, there's times when I was younger with like sort of loopy self-harming incidents, I'd always be in the ambulance afterwards, and then going to the ambulance driver, I'm very sorry about all this, you know. Everyone all juddering and shaking around me. Oh, well, I'm sure there's old women you could be helping that fall downstairs. I do apologise. Did you push them? No, that's the police. I'm only messing around. Come on.
What does this gas do? Oh, it's good,
this is delightful.
Well, I'd love to stick around, but I'm better now.
See you later. Let's get these doors open. Bye! They're all sort of giddy about it. And then, so anyway, smashed this chair on the wall, watched it in slow motion as the sort of Thunderbird counsellors clad themselves about me like tiny limpets. Well, they just all seemed little and preppy. They didn't seem like proper humans. I thought, they're not trained enough to deal with these psychiatric problems, least of all mine. And they sort of came towards me, and all the rest of the people in the treatment centre go, okay, clear to another room. And I think they shouted something like, Code Red! Code Red! Like, words got shouted. I thought, oh, this is about me, isn't it, this Code Red business? And then, like, sort of a couple of the counsellors took me to this American hospital, because I had to be independent independently adjudicated because it was a private facility. And they go, right, well, we can't adjudicate him here.
Just for throwing a chair?
Yeah, that's all I've done. I've just thrown a chair. It wasn't that bad. In an anger exercise as well. That's what really
Yeah.
got on my wick. Was it's like, hold on a minute. It wasn't just someone had used my toothpaste and I went all nuts. You'd said express anger. It was called an anger exercise.
Yeah,
It's in the title of the exercise. There's been a bit of anger. Everyone's panicked. Right, and then I went down they took me down to this American hospital to be adjudicated. It was like, it made me feel if you fall through the cracks in American society, you're in trouble. It's like the equivalent of a casualty unit. Like, I was in this waiting room for the mental psychiatric part of that. There's the
psychiatric casualty unit?
Well, I guess that's what it was, because everyone there was bonkers. There's a black bloke who had one blue eye, one brown eye, both looking in different directions. Sort of a white marine-looking bloke who had a tattoo of a knife on his calf, which I think was because they took his actual knife off him, and he thought, well, I'll have that there as a memento. Sat there wearing one of them open back nighties with his bum out. Some sort of cackling woman, who in my mind's eye is on a rocking chair going like that. They're all in there. I thought, this is not good, being in this place. There was another bloke.
Did you try and fit in by having some sort of foible?
No, because everything you do, if you're in a context where you're meant to be mentally ill, everything you do seems mad, right? Do you know what I mean? If you say, oh, actually, I'm not mad, I'm here by mistake, everyone goes, huh? He's nutty as a fruitcake.
Let's get you some slippers.
No, honestly, I'm not mad. And there's this one fella, it was a lovely moment, right? You know that Chumbawamba song, I get knocked down, but I get up again, right? There's this one bloke, right? He fell over while I was there. He was in this hospital waiting area. He fell on the floor. He just stayed there. He never tried to get up at any point. It was the opposite of I get knocked down. I get knocked down, and then I just stay there forever. No, when I left, he was still there. No one did anything. He just fell on the ground. He was just there for the whole rest of the time I was there. I thought, this is not good that I'm here. Anything could happen to me now. I'm in the lap of the gods and the American government. I don't know which is worse. And then I was being a bit silly because I had one counsellor sat either side of me. And there's one bit where I goes, they came and saw me. I goes, you can't keep me here, I'm a member of the British royal family. And then the counsellor goes,
that's the worst thing to say.
This is probably not a good time for those kind of comments, Russell.
Okay, not the British royal family, but Jesus.
Yes, Jesus then. There, I'm the new Jesus. I've come here. Let me free. Let my people go.
Napoleon? Anyone? Do people still think that?
I don't know. I guess people have probably recontextualised it now. Perhaps people think they're Hitler. I don't know. Napoleon. It's just the old days. Odd to get a Napoleon complex. What about that? In Israel, there's a mental hospital with a whole ward for people that have got messiah complexes and think they're Jesus. What must they say to each other in there? Oh, well, I forgive you. You're not the real Jesus. I am. What's that on your hands? Pass me that. Must be a weird atmosphere in there of finger pointing. Yeah, honestly, it is. Check it out. I might have just made it up. No, I think it's true.
Is that one of the places you've been?
I was in there for a couple of weeks. Bless you all. New Jesus, woo! I was never in that one. Anyway, the way I escaped from there was simply, thank God, in that capitalist hellhole of a nation. If you go, I'm not paying any money for this, I goes, look, I'm not insured, and I'm paying for this whole treatment centre privately through my management, which was true. I'm not sanctioning any more payments, so any tests they're doing on me, any psychological tests, I'm not paying for them. So the counsellors then took me somewhere else, and it was I got away with it.
Blimey.
Well, I got away with it, I'm not actually mad. So close one though, because I thought, if you end up in here, you're finished. They'll get RP McMurphy, they'll lobotomise me.
Yeah, because once you're in there and someone signed a bit of paper, you're even,
yeah, because look at my personality. Well, who would I get? Who would I contact? Get you over there, vomiting every half hour, complaining to be ill. Trevor Locke, they'd think he was a time traveller. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing I could do. I'd just be stuck there.
Can I just state that I was vomiting because I was ill?
He's not vomiting.
And also I wouldn't go.
He's attention seeking, I don't know why he does it. So, why not let us know about times where you've had narrow escapes, perhaps not from American mental institutions, but perhaps from anything really, I don't know, a loveless marriage, anything at all, bullying, anything really. Just tell us about your escapes, or you can chat to us on the phone as well. You can email us at russell.brand@bbc.co.uk, you can call 0500 288 291, or you can text us on 88291. What should we listen to, Matt? Jimi Hendrix?
Brilliant. How could anyone have thought you were mad?
How could they, even for a moment? Why, I'm sane as you are. Come on, put something on, Jimi Hendrix. There's old Jimi Hendrix with Gypsy Eyes. You listen to Russell Brand on your Radio 2 from the BBC. We're talking about escape. Ah, dear old Jimi Hendrix. You can find escape in the music of Jimi Hendrix, surely. Yes. Just listening to that dream weaver of a man that he was. What about, it's a bit of a shame that woman didn't phone an ambulance a bit quicker, wasn't it? After when she could have, apparently, she faffed around trying to hide drugs. Poor old Jimi Hendrix died as a result of that.
Didn't she put him in the recovery position?
I don't know what she done to him, as a matter of fact, Matt. I just kind of think the whole thing's been very badly handled. Although, you know, there's very little we could do about it now.
It's a while ago now.
It's a while, I suppose, you know, we have to move on, don't we, really, ultimately, in the end. So, yeah, so I described at considerable length my escape from a mental institution in the United States just then. Have you ever felt you've escaped from a situation, Matty Morgan?
I'm sure I have, but under pressure like this.
I mean, on a radio show. What is baffling to me is that you have known that we do this radio show, and in fact it was you yourself that suggested the topic
Yes,
of escape,
I've been extremely
never
ill.
anticipating that
Yes,
question
or-
might have come up at any point. So
I
it's...
escaped from Australia.
Oh, Australia, why have you never gone on and on and on and on about
Well, that's
that?
why I didn't bring it up, because you always mock me for it.
When old Matt went to Australia to pursue a relationship, which I must say I advised him against doing in the first place. Don't go to Australia, I said. You won't like the food, you won't like the culture.
I like the food.
You won't like the fact that on the news people go, "I'll leave it out, mate, that's bloody ridiculous," to each other in the middle of a news programme. But he went anyway, and what happened? He crashed a boat into a dolphin or something, fell out the side of a boat, and ended up very nearly drowning and being an insult to our seafaring nation that is Great Britain. Didn't you?
I've got Captain Buttons now, though.
You have got Captain... You all
That's how I want to
deserve...
be called now.
Captain Buttons.
No, I knew it was time to escape Australia when the highlight of my day, because out there, you know, like birds that you'd feed in your garden, here are sort of little brown sparrows.
Lovely guys, love them. Good.
Over
English.
there, they're like red, yellow, blue, rainbow lorikeets, they're
foreign
called.
show-off birds. Arrogant they are, coming over here chatting and jabbering.
And since
What, you got parrots out in the garden?
amazing.
Everything is about Australia. Have you noticed this, Trevor? Like, whenever he mentions Australia, oh, you should see the apples. They're as big as your skull and twice as clever. Why are you always saying everything's better in Australia?
I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying the point I realised I should come back to Blighty was when every morning I'd get up, chop some apple, put it on the thing, and wait for them rainbow lorikeets to come and cheer me up.
You were in tune with nature, weren't you?
I was depressed.
I was a deeply, deeply depressed man.
unhappy man.
You poor
used to
soul.
bite my fist to watch the telly.
Yeah.
But what did you escape from, or did you just come home?
I just made a decision up. Right, that's it. I'm going home. And then I made a phone call to Virgin Atlantic. Well, not Atlantic. That would be ridiculous.
Other things are available, airplanes and that, and they're
it.
all working again
Right.
now. That fog's lifted, thank heavens.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. And
Will
I
we?
said, no, we won't.
What did you say that for
The
then?
fog, it's good, isn't it?
What, you like fog now?
Spooky fog.
Okay.
Anyway, listen, and then I said to them, right, I'm ready to go home now, I want to go. And they said, well, the ticket that you bought, which was some sort of offer, you can't go home for about another month.
Cruel, vindictive. Did you have to
So-
stay another month?
Yeah, well,
Why don't you just get
I
another
think it's
ticket?
3 weeks.
Just
'Cause
come
do you know
home.
how much it is
Oh,
when you've got
don't,
no
Matthew.
money?
I don't know what
I
anything
worked on a
is.
boat. I did up a boat, made...
You never worked
Listen
on a
to
boat.
me.
You were a joke on the seas.
No, I mean, it was in a harbour.
Oh, right.
Painting it, doing the upholstery, made this boat really nice, got £2,000 for it, then I crashed a car, cost £2,000.
Oh, ridiculous. That's the nature of
know.
karma, probably because you're such a cruel, vindictive man. Now, we've got we've got someone on the line here. It's Suzanne. Or is it Susan Oates? Susan, you there, my dear?
Yeah, hello.
Are you all right, my love? You sounded sort of like quite melancholy. I pictured you there in a, perhaps, I imagine you in a novel by a Bronte sister, just looking out of a window, pondering something, perhaps doing some crocheting.
I do spend a lot of my time doing that.
Do you?
But not right now.
I can hear that you're pensive, I can hear that you're anxious. What are you trying to escape from, my love?
Well, I've said that I'll do my first ever stand-up comedy gig in January.
Right, okay.
Scared. And now I wish that I'd never said anything and I want to escape from it.
You want to escape from it. Why do you feel anxious? Do you feel unprepared?
I've got a lot of material, but I don't know if it's funny. I mean, my friends laugh, but they might just be humouring me.
Are your friends laughing, do you think, out of cruelty? Or are there clear punchlines? What sort of tell me what sort of things you're is it Susan or Suzanne?
It's Suzanne.
Suzanne, what kind of things are you talking about in your stand-up comedy, dear?
It's kind of just about life in general.
Ah, life in general. Now,
you know,
we're all
dating.
alive, aren't we?
We're all alive.
Who can't appreciate life in general?
Dating, families.
Are you a single woman?
I am.
Did you just mention sex at the end of that list there?
Yes, I did.
All right, what observations have you got about sex, Suzanne?
Well, I just talk about how farcical it is.
Sex is farcical.
It is farcical.
Why is it farcical? What's going on? What are you up to? It oughtn't be farcical. Where are you doing it? With whom? Wearing what?
I don't want to get into that on the radio. My parents listening.
Well, listen, immediately you're in trouble as a stand-up. You've got to go out there and be completely shameless, Suzanne. You've got to march. My mum, for example, listens to me talking about masturbation when I'm doing stand-up. She listens quite happily. There's one bit where I talk about, like, how you feel humiliated after masturbation, and, like, if you go to a zoo having masturbated, you then, like, if you see, not that there will be any reason why you would, but I'm just saying if inadvertently you end up going to a zoo having masturbated, there's no connection. You know, that's not part of the preparation for a trip to the zoo or anything. I'm not suggesting that.
You've dug yourself into a hole here.
I know. It's a terrible
Go
business.
back to America.
I'm going back to the mental institution if they'll have me. So, yeah, anyway, right, so if you sort of see a monkey engaging in an act of onanism, then you sort of want to feel superior to it. You don't want to be at a zoo, see a monkey masturbating into its own neck, and then think, well, I do that. You want to feel better than it, don't you? That's what I'm saying. And I did that joke in front of my mum. And she, like, you know, like, not alone. She was as part of an audience. I didn't like it wasn't that christening, right? It was at a gig. My mum came to a gig, and I goes to her afterwards. Oh, was that all right, Mum? Do you enjoy that gig? And she went, yeah, it was nice. I like the bit about the monkeys. For her, that was just about monkeys. She won't worry. She doesn't see that as filth. So you can't be worrying about what your parents think of you, Suzanne. That's one bit of advice, because I assume you've rung us for some kind of advice, have you?
For advice, yeah.
Right. Now, start talking about sex, I'll judge whether or not it's filthy or not, and I am clearly, if you look at any tabloid newspaper, the correct man to be making decisions regarding those matters. I am, after all, and very proudly, Shagger of the Year.
Oh, God, he never goes on about that.
That Shagger of the Year is a proud title. Before me, who was it? Baden-Powell got it, I think. Lawrence of Arabia used to be Shagger of the Year. Lots of great men.
Baden-Powell.
Baden-Powell won it. W.G. Grace used to be Shagger of the Year. I'm not going to say that Baden-Powell thing that we all know, we're all thinking.
It was intense.
Baden-Powell. It was intense. So, come in, Suzanne. Tell us some of your sex material, but obviously use common sense. We are on the BBC, Her Majesty's Radio.
I have a little theory about putting jokes on condom wrappers.
You disgust me! Get off!
This is a joke.
All right, you put jokes on condom wrappers.
Like on penguin wrappers.
Yeah, other biscuits are available. There's no joke on a penguin wrapper. Red, green, blue. That's the only joke.
No, there's a little joke or a fact or something.
Really? What about penguins?
No.
No.
Just about anything. How do they justify that?
Was the bit about condoms the set-up line to a joke?
Yeah, I think so. It's going somewhere, Matthew, clearly. Come on, Suzanne. Right, you know how they you want to put jokes on condoms?
Well, yeah, I think because, I just think that it would be good to lighten the moment.
Don't lighten that moment up. The last thing you need in a sexual situation is humour. That'll ruin everything.
The longer that pause is.
That moment's really awkward.
Hold on, dear, I'll be with you in a moment.
I'll just get a prophylactic. By the way,
there's an Englishman, Irishman and Scotsman. And
that's exactly what that moment needs.
There's a rapidly deflating penis, and the man in charge of it said to the woman that foolishly suggested this gimmick, why have you ruined our love life? And she said, for a gig in Wakefield in January.
It's not going to be in Wakefield, it'll be in Manchester.
So much to answer for. Okay, so right, so put jokes on condom wrappers to lighten the moment. I like that moment.
But give us an example of a joke.
Trevor! Don't be so aggressive with people. Give us an example of a joke. What kind of things that to say to an aspiring comedian? Hecklers say things like that to us and it hurts our feelings.
I'm trying to encourage you. I want to know. You've obviously got a joke in mind for this condom wrapper, haven't you?
Well, no, I've got the kind of things that they shouldn't put on them.
Go on.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Right, now this is the punchline.
Pierce here.
It's all going to fall flat in its face now.
Don't worry, Suzanne, you're here with us. You're among friends.
I don't feel like I am.
All right, you are, though. Sometimes that's life.
The thing, because actually on penguins, rather than jokes, it is actually a fact.
Right.
And what they definitely shouldn't put on is that 3% of all condoms fail.
What? 30% all fail?
3, not 30.
Oh, that's all right. You can afford that. That's only 3 kids out of every 100.
In the factory or in the field?
In the field.
In the field, Matthew. Out there. Good luck. No wonder you've got gastric flu. You'll be lucky to make it through the next hour. The way you live your life.
I don't even understand that.
So, okay, so right, don't put that's one of the facts we certainly don't need just before sex. In fact, I don't want any facts before sex. I want to be living in a dream world.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so you're going to talk about saucy stuff like sex.
Yeah,
now, I think Suzanne, I think you have humour within you. I reckon go out there, just be ever so confident, dear.
Thank you very much.
And perhaps, you know, perhaps use a condom as a prop. Maybe, you know.
Well, perhaps I will.
Read from one. No one will know.
No one will know. Pretend it's real. Good, see? A little touch like that from Matt Morgan. That's why he earns the big bucks. Just go, right, here, I've read this one already. Say it says da-da-da-da, don't pierce here. Or something like that. Or Catholicism it has a negative effect on third world countries. Have something like that.
What you're about to do is perfectly all right. Go on.
Let her have it. Don't think of your parents at this point. Don't be ashamed. Sex is perfectly natural, even there. Suzanne, thank you very much for your call, my love. I think you're going to be fantastic in Manchester. That's in January. Go for it. Don't feel embarrassed or ashamed, because, you know, Eddie Izzard once said to me that you just have to keep doing it. Just plug on. And he said that and then just shook his head and walked away.
Stroking your head at the time you were crying.
That's right.
Putting on the condom.
Just keep trying. Keep trying. Yes, we said that in both the sexual situation and about stand-up. All right, well, thank you very much, Suzanne. Lovely talking to you. Take care, my dear. If you've got something that you want to talk to us about escaping from, you can email russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. You can call us on 0500 288 291 or text 88291. Should we have a listen to a record, chaps?
Yes.
Yeah, she'll be all right, won't she, Suzanne? Her stand-up gig's going to go just fine.
You never actually got a joke out of her.
Well, that's not a good sign, is it? But I remember my early career, I used to just smash up mice with a hammer. They were dead already. They were dead already. So, you know, what, in a way, she's streets ahead of me. You know, but perhaps that's not a great barometer. Okay, let's what are we going to listen to, Mafu?
Clinic.
Clinic,
This
you
song,
say?
I think, says Christmas Eve in it. Can you imagine?
Christmas Eve, and this are so close to Christmas.
Eve.
Your finger is on the pulse, young man. Not only are you fingering them buttons, you're fingering the pulse of a nation.
Thank you.
Let's go. That's Harmony from Clinic. There, you listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. We're talking about escape, really. That's the theme. John Palermo says, me and the missus in a full-blown... John Palermo. It's only John Palermo. John Palermo is in a full-blown Christmas row. I want to escape down the pub, he said. What should I do? See the row out.
Nah.
No, don't go.
Go down the pub.
Why do you want him to go down the pub for?
Because he'll cool off, he'll have a nice drink.
Why are you taking John Palermo's side?
I'm not, I'm taking her side. She wants him out the house. She's sick to death of him.
You
Get
don't
out of
know
the
that.
house, John, and get a
It
pint
might be
down
about
there.
him having a terrible alcohol problem, mightn't it?
Yes, well, he's not going to get rid of it over Christmas, is he? Start again in the new year.
Go for a walk.
Don't touch the booze, is all I can say to you, poor man. I think stay in the house, have a chat with your wife, give her a bit of a cuddle. You
I've
two
got
love
it.
each other.
Got to
Go on,
go
Matt.
down the pub.
Go down the pub together.
Leave the kids in a drawer.
Come on, call it a draw, yous two. Hold hands, touch each other up under the table. You'll have the time of your lives. It's Christmas. Mr. Russell Brand, love you and all your shows. You smooth the edges of my night shift as a security guard. Stephen in Sheffield. Nice one, Stephen. Stay with us, mate. Why not let there be a lapse in security? Just listen so intently to the show that hordes of people sneak into your place of work and start filling their pockets with loot. Loot and booty, I tell you. Loot and doubloons and prizes. Thanks for listening to us, mate. I've never done that sort of a job, sitting up all night. I don't think I'd like
You've got to be quite a big bloke, I think. Well, I know you're tall.
Now listen, I'm tough, Matt. I tell you what,
Got to do your rounds. Got to go around with a torch.
I don't like that bit. Or the fighting
Although
bit,
that
I'll be
torch is
honest.
a bad, pretty, obvious weapon.
Yeah, you'd use it as a weapon. You're giving that
Mag
big
light,
torch.
big
I
weapon.
bet. I wonder how many incidents of security guards striking people with mag lights there are. Stephen, if you're bored, feel free to strike one of your colleagues about the brow. Don't do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I just say things I don't think through. I apologise. Here's another email. It's from Ellie in Liverpool. In my first year at university, I had a class that was so intensely boring that I would on a weekly basis sit there all night, get my marks so I'd attended, then make a swift getaway because my lecturer was almost dead and didn't notice. Needless to say, I failed that class and had to retake it, proving that escape artists never prosper. Although Houdini... How much didn't Houdini...
Got punched in the stomach.
And died doing a trick.
Yeah.
It's a shame,
Doing
isn't
the
it?
old punching trick.
Also embarrassing. Because, like, behold, the old punch in the stomach trick now. Oh, Christ, get me a doctor. Oh, he's a card. He's dead now.
That's why I used to worry about getting run over, because I think you'd lay there and die for being embarrassed.
It'd be embarrassing.
People go, are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
No,
I'm absolutely
just walk
lovely.
off. Don't watch me.
A cup of tea would be lovely if you could manage it. Could you mop the blood away from my nostrils? Hi, guys. I've never really escaped from anything, says Peter Kirkland. But I did run away at the start of October. I had all these romantic images of just heading east and ending up in Russia or something. The problem was I was kind of running away from myself, so it didn't really work, because when I got there, I was there already. Good point. I got as far as Belgium, but I had nowhere to stay, so I had to sleep on the streets. This is getting worse. And it was getting cold, so I soon got bored and came home. That's almost a Morrissey lyric. Not very exciting, he says, in good spirits. Love you, bye. Peter in Manchester. Terrible to run away and for it to be such a disastrous business, really. Have you ever attempted to escape your life in that fashion, Matt?
No,
as a child
never.
or anything?
No.
Just
I
stay
used
there.
to climb out of windows after arguments. Just to lock the bathroom
Right,
door.
argument, you say? Well, I'm out the window. You won't see me for dust. And off we went. We've learned our lesson. Trev, have you ever run away?
No, I mean, I had to escape from France once when I didn't have my passport or a ticket.
I remember you blathering on about this. How did you escape from France?
Well, I just did a little, psychological mind trick on the French border police.
You did a psychological mind trick on the French border
Not
police.
Jedi.
You're not Alec Guinness.
I am not the little goon you were looking for.
I am not the bespectacled twit that you are seeking in this case. What did you say to?
Well,
this
I parked my Allegro right at the front of the queue. And I had
Better be a car, Trevor.
Yes, it was a car, but I had no right to be there. And then I left my car
Right.
and caused a big traffic jam.
Oh, God.
Right.
And then they were so upset that
Are you an asylum seeker, Trevor? Should you not even be in this country?
I shouldn't be in this country, and they were just so desperate for me to move that they said, just move the car in French. And the only way to move it was onto that ramp on the back of that hovercraft.
On the back of that hovercraft.
What, you'd planned this?
Yes, because how else was I'd run out of money. I was
But it was
really
your
hungry.
passport. What had you done with it?
They should have pushed you into the sea.
They should have pushed you into the sea.
No, the other time was the passport was another occasion. This was just I had no ticket and no money.
Trevor,
Yeah.
you're making a mockery of the law that we
I
treasure
don't
and
think I've
cherish.
escaped for anything. I'm normally ejected before I get the chance.
I know, Matthew. I have to live with you.
Oh, you
Hello.
don't.
Well, in
I don't want people to think we live together.
yeah,
In a big rainbow bed.
It'd be lovely. Why not? Anyway, Phil Paget here goes, all right, Russ, just watched this documentary about Gareth Gates. He was in a meeting with stylists saying he wanted to look like you. What do you think of that?
What?
You just see a documentary about Gareth Gates.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, right, that was an exclamation as
Yeah.
opposed to repete. Well, that's all right. Young Gareth Gates, he's a nice lad. He's the fellow with the stutter, wasn't he? Doing
Yeah.
a song on a
Hasn't his
X
stutter
Factor.
gone away now?
It goes when he sings. What a lovely gift.
No, I think it's got worse or gone away. One of the two.
Well, it's pretty much the same thing. It would be good if he started to suddenly look like me, wouldn't it? Would
You
it?
think?
I don't know.
I've seen a couple of people on telly sort of tweaking their look towards you.
Really? Who?
Who
Yeah.
that?
I'm not going to say, am I?
Well, 'cause it's embarrassing.
Might upset Alex Zane.
Ah, that's nice. Flattering, really.
No, he's nice, actually.
If people
Met
want to
Alex.
look a bit more like me. Evening, boys. I once escaped from an assembly in my junior school, says Dan in Hornchurch. Me and my mate Leon did this by hiding in a large box at the back of the class. Unfortunately, we got caught after 10 minutes, which seems like an age when you're about 8. Our
in a box.
headmaster dragged us up in front of the whole school and made an example of us. These boys are an example of what I don't know. We'll get to that at tomorrow's assembly. But for now, free crisps. What a crazy school that was. So if you want to tell us about times you've escaped, you can email us at
Escaped.
Russell... What did I say?
Escaped.
Don't matter, same thing. If you want to tell us about times you've Eskimo-scaped, email us at russell.brand@bbc.co.uk, or you can call 0500 288 291. Come on the air, have a chat with us if you like. Text 88291. Why don't we listen to Billie Holiday, listen to the tortured glory of that woman's voice, and think of the pain she went through to create this beauty for us? When's she gonna sing? When's she gonna sing? Sing, woman, damn you! Put it down again. Come on, Billy. Ah, Billie Holiday. So once she started, though, she kicked it, didn't
Oh,
she?
she was brilliant.
And as you say, Matthew, the atmosphere of the venue resonates in that tune.
hear it,
I
can't
suppose they're in a studio, don't you think?
Sounds
do you
like they're in
reckon?
sort of a wooden place.
Sounds like they're in a rickety wooden place, all just sat about lounging around poor old Billie Holiday. You mustn't do things like that. Right, it's very childish. In South Korea, sons and fathers go to the top of the mountain and roar like a tiger at the world, says Mark from Croydon, but can he prove it? Can he?
Why? Hang on, is that cultural or just...
I don't know why they do it, Matt. That's not for me.
Well,
to
you better
query.
check your facts.
Oh, no, you didn't. I wonder why they do that. We'll
What do
never
they do?
know.
Go up to a mountain?
They
top of a
roar.
mountain,
Father,
roar.
probably to bond.
Primal screams.
Primal scream at the world. Why not? Give it a whirl. An interesting fact for yourselves, the police officer held hostage in the infamous Iranian Embassy siege in London was called...
Trevor Locke.
We
He
all
tells
know
us that daily.
He tells us that to bolster his significance in our cultural group, pretending that he is somehow brave by proxy, by association of name there. Hey, Russell, I'm listening to you right now from Australia. Do you really think we speak funny? We can't help it, says Farida. Well, you must help it. You've got the Queen on your money. Have her in your hearts and in your voice. This is how we speak. This is the B bloody C. Speak a bit more like that, if you would. We were illegally swimming in a Turkish pool at 5 a.m, says
a good
Eleanor
start to a
in
novel.
London. It is. Yeah. Yeah, it is good. Oh, I'm intrigued. What's going to happen? We were illegally swimming in a Turkish pool at 5 a.m. When we spotted a security guard, we jumped out of the pool, madly trying to dry ourselves with lounger cushions and trying to get dressed. Not easy when you're soaked.
Stop eroticising it till you know what gender it is.
After much flailing and nudity, we squelched
My
into
father
a
and I.
taxi and fled. That's from Peter. No, she's called Eleanor. You don't want to end up in a Turkish jail, she says in brackets at the end. You don't want to, do you?
Crikey. Have you
They
seen
looked horrible in
Midnight
Midnight
Express?
There's that love scene where they look like they're having a hell of a time.
What, the gay love scene?
They have a cuddle in a shower. I remember seeing that as a child, not really knowing what sex was, except for some sort of echo from the past or some
I'm surprised
future.
you're not more struck by the scene where his girlfriend, has to...
Pushes their boobs on a glass.
I wasn't going to say that.
I love that bit. And I often think, because in radio studios, there's a glass panel between us and the
Would
people
they?
that take the
Would
phone.
the people through there do that for us?
Excuse me, we feel lonely and it is Christmas. Come on, guys, push your bums against the glass. Look at them up there, selfish pigs of
Pretending
men.
they can't hear us.
They can hear every word. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to marry us. No, what it is, they're going to put for a call. Actually, we've got someone on the line. It's Ali, isn't it? Hello, Ali. Ali's
she's
gone.
gone.
She put the phone down just because she's on a motorway. Selfish woman, mind you.
What?
She's got to concentrate
Dodging
on her
traffic?
job. I don't know what she's doing, man. I would like to talk to that erotic Turkish voice woman. Turkish swimming woman.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
You only eroticise it.
She might be erotic. Come on, let's get into it.
Okay.
I went to Turkey once. Fellas hold hands with each other.
Do they?
Yeah, it's all right. Get into it. If we went there for holiday, we'd all just hold hands.
No, we wouldn't.
We would.
We
man.
would. You'd have to.
We'd have to
I've
do
held
it.
hands with you before.
When was that?
In a sketch or something.
Oh, yeah.
When you hold hands with someone who's much taller than you, and you can't quite... It doesn't feel like it's the right way that you're holding it.
I have to hold hands in AA meetings, and there's always a little
What?
struggle. Well, not just for an individual. Like, go, well done, mate. Like, all at the end, you stand in a circle, hold hands sometimes.
What do you do in those places, you lot?
We cope. That's what we do, and we support each other. It's very, very beautiful. Yeah, it's John Palermo. John Palermo. I stayed, like you said, and now she says I should have gone out. Is it true that men never win arguments? Also, she doesn't like me writing on the computer while she's talking. John, you must stay strong to save your marriage. Stay there. Keep writing us.
We want to hear from her.
I know. Why don't we try and use John as our sort of remote-controlled man and make him do things? Go up behind her, John, grab her bum and go, come on, love! Remember when we first met? And then get her boobs and go, come on, let's have a laugh. It's Christmas.
No.
Do it, John.
No, don't, John.
John, you must.
In the landscape of an argument, that's going to look very bad.
No, what do you think is sexist?
Hang on, he must have the radio. Unless he's got headphones, she must have heard that.
Yeah.
She's ready for him.
You're in a lot of trouble.
Right, listen, love. If John does that, you get into it. Remember your wedding vows. John Palermo.
No.
John
Hit him with a
Palermo.
frying pan.
Rolling pin, rolling pin.
Frying pan, come
Let's get him on the phone. I want to know what John Palermo's up to. John, send us your phone number down the old email, mate. We'll cancel your marriage. We'll get you and your wife on the phone. And if we've not made your marriage better within the next half hour, let's just say that was inevitable from the beginning, because we don't know what we're doing. Let's listen to a record. What are we going to listen to, Matthew?
DJ Shadow.
DJ Shadow. Let's listen to that new Kasabian song later as well. Listen to DJ Shadow now, but listen to that new Kasabian song, because I was meant to go and see them on Tuesday at Earl's Court. I didn't
Breathe.
go because I was tired.
Breathe.
Don't need breathe, it's boring.
They said they listened to our radio show.
They
or
love
the
us.
Podcast.
They listen to our podcast. Guess what? Right? Serge and the others at Kasabian listen to our podcast on the tour bus. Good, isn't it? No. They listen on the podcast. That puts
They
us...
said it got them through travelling around America.
that got us around travelling around America. They went to me like that. They used their
Powered by
voices.
that. Amazing. Isn't it?
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah.
They love it. They love our podcast, the lads at Kasabian. Who else? What other bands like us? We know Oasis like us. See, now there's nothing wrong with us. We're normal boys, aren't we? Lovely. let's pull up our pants too tight and, and dance around the studio celebrating.
Okay.
Let's touch our bums, then smell our fingers. Come on!
So, why'd you have to say that?
I just like saying things sometimes. Come on, let's talk about Jean-Paul Sartre. Nausea, you say? Never mind, or was that Camus? Who cares? They're all French, aren't they? At the end of the day, Trevor Locke getting on Overcraft. Let's listen to DJ Shadow. Why not? That's DJ Shadow with this time listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. Let's get some bloody news on this radio station, shall we, and find out what's going on in our bonkers world. It's Andrea Simmons who's reading it. Andrea, will you say something funny for us? See if you can say butterfly kiss during the news. 88 to 91 FM, this is Radio 2 from the BBC.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Sigur Rós Hoppipolla. Is that how we pronounce it, Matt? Hoppipolla?
I don't know.
It's difficult. They're Icelandic. They're from Iceland.
You have
like
to say
that,
it in a
don't
much
you?
higher pitched voice.
Hoppipolla.
That's it.
That's all done now. That's all nice. Andrew Simmons said butterfly kiss on the news.
It's amazing.
We got into the news. We're in the news. It's really good. I wonder if we can penetrate anything else. I wonder if we can get them shipping forecast people to go, oh, bugger this. It's dangerous on boats. I'm going back indoors. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Brighten things right up. Come on, get into it. Get into the spirit of things. Here, remember I just said that thing about Gareth Gates, that apparently Gareth Gates is in a documentary saying he wanted to look like me. Someone else has just sent in. I'd be careful if I were you, Russell. I saw that Gareth Gates thing, and he had pictures of you in a scrapbook of ideas for what style he wanted for himself. He also had loads of pics of men in pants. Very homoerotic, said his stylist. Me thinks Gareth Gates wants to hold your hand and play with your bum. Well, fair enough.
What?
He can want to if he
You've
likes.
infected the nation with this childishness.
That's joie de vivre. Everyone likes a bit of that.
I'd like to see this scrapbook. I hope the eyes are all scratched out. I will kill again.
I've the taste for blood now. I could kill that git.
Please no nearer to finding stuttering boy.
Come on. Dear old Gareth Gates, he's a lovely fella. I hope he does dress up like old Russ. We're talking about escapism on this programme. I've said about my escape from a loony bin in the US of States. Matt's talked about how he escaped from a doomed trip to the Antipodes and possibly nearly drowning. Trevor Locke, what have you contributed, Trevor?
I escaped from a hospital once.
What sort of
Didn't get
hospital?
very far.
Why were you even in there?
Well, they didn't know what was wrong with me, so they put me in hospital for a while.
Sometimes I'm tempted.
Don't be like that.
just put him in for a night, I say, just for observation.
Yeah, they had me in there for observation. I hated it. I didn't like
So
it
you just
at all.
popped off?
Well, I got very unhappy, and
Really?
and I couldn't get home really.
No.
No, because I didn't have the right clothes. Foolishly, I left in my pyjamas and my dressing gown.
Yeah.
And I've had enough money to make a phone call to my mum.
Yeah.
I said, "Can you come?" And she couldn't pick me up.
She couldn't pick you up from the hospital. How old were you, Trev?
I was 15.
Oh, you poor little thing, really.
Yeah,
No wonder you've grown up all funny, all back to front, all peculiar.
I'm not back to front.
You're a bit odd. So we've got Claire on the line. She's going to talk to us about an escape. Claire, are you there, dear?
I am, Russ.
Hello, sweetheart. Where do
Hello.
you live and what are you doing?
I live in Brighton.
Is it nice
I'm-
there?
Yeah.
You sound like you're always on the precipice of doing something risky on radio to me. So what are you going to tell us about, my love?
I was going to tell you about my experience of night shifts in a carrot factory.
You did some night shifts in a carrot Well, my understanding is that carrots grow out of God's earth. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps you'd like to elucidate further.
Well...
What is it? Do they clean the carrots in a factory, or are you
No,
simply
they were
mad?
ready. They used to come falling down onto big rolling tables, and you
Right.
had to grab all the bad ones and throw them down the chute. It was like
It's
Willy
like you're a
Wonka.
carrot god.
A bit like Willy Wonka and the squirrels and Willy Wonka, yeah.
Right, okay, right. So you had to weed out all the evil carrots.
Weed out the baddies, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
What
Was that
class was the baddie?
satisfying?
Oh?
What was that satisfying to do that? To go, whoa, there's
No,
a
I
bad
was
carrot.
back from travelling. It was the only job I could get.
Right. Oh, I'm not
And,
attacking it.
I had to work there so many nights a week, I never had time to look for another.
Matt wants to know, Claire, darling, Matt
Yeah.
wants to know what was classed as a bad carrot. What kind of things would rule a carrot out of being a goody carrot and make it a baddie carrot?
Well, General Rot. Size, shape.
General Rot. He was the baddie of the carrot.
He led them. He was a bit like General Zod. He would beam out of his carrot eyes and melt some of the other good carrots. It was out of order. But then one day a super carrot came and he defended all the others. So, okay, so it was just prejudice, really, and hatred against
It
weaker
was.
carrots.
It was.
I think what you should have done is cut yourself a little square bit of carrot and wore it as a carrot moustache and been a little carrot Hitler, doing carrot judgments on the carrots. Oh, aren't you lovely? Did you ever escape from that carrot factory then? Because I don't see how this fits into
did. 6 months was my stint, and that was it. 6 months and out.
You've done your time, you served your bird, you got the hell out of there. And what's this other email about Claire where you say
I
something?
tell you about my time when I hitchhiked home from Italy. That was another lucky escape. Yeah.
What happened?
It was, well, the chap who picked us up, it was me and my mate. We went to try and get some work in Greece and we failed. So
Do you mean the musical or the country? Did you audition for the part of Frenchie?
How can you fail to get work in Greece?
Well, let's find out. How can you? How can you fail to get work in Greece? Is it through giggling?
We mistimed it. It was too early. Too early.
We not need work now.
We'll sleep now.
We rest. We was only resting for a little while. I don't know if that's how they speak in Greece. I'm just trying to remember Stavros. So, okay. So, right. So you went there, you mistimed it, then what happened to you, dear?
Yeah, well, we ran out of money, so we had to, we got the ferry, and then we heard this bloke from Manchester, so we said, could he give us a lift, which he agreed to. And then when we got in the car, we realised he was an absolute raging, insane pervert. But it was
what were the signs of it, without saying anything rude, because it's the Queen's radio station, BBC Radio 2, what were the signs of perversion? Remembering, imagine that your nan was listening.
Every time my mate bent over to get into the car, he slapped her bum. That was the first
Penis-shaped car. Yeah, penises for hands.
His hands were made of winkies, he had winky earrings on, his eyelids were like ball bags. Everything about that man was evocative of sex. He sounds like a saucy devil.
Way home.
What did he do, darling?
He played Queen. It's a kind of magic.
Oh, it's not perverted.
It's not perverted, but it's weird. I mean, I could listen to It's a Kind of Magic twice on a journey.
Yeah, it was quite a long journey.
It's a kind of magic.
Oh, don't. I'll go into trauma.
This is getting real weird. I'm gonna touch your bottom.
He made
Okay.
a lot of sexual reference. God, he showed us that he had this great big butcher's knife in the car door.
I like to keep a butcher's knife in the door. Well, he's from Manchester. Yeah, all right, love. It's a kind of magic. It's also kind of tragic that I got this butcher's knife here. Come here, darling. It's a kind of magic. Wow. So then, how did you escape from this man, Claire?
He was pre-booked on the later ferry, so we had to say our goodbyes and get going. Really.
That's lucky. It was just administrative. It was just bureaucracy. Kept the two of you apart. It sounds like you would have gone with him had it not been for the admin involved.
Exactly.
Thank heavens, Claire. So you're down there and Be Right On, are you?
I am him. Yeah, I am.
Claire, you've contributed beautifully to our radio show. Stay with us always, won't you? You and your friends.
I will indeed. I will indeed.
Well,
Yes.
it's
Happy
lovely.
Christmas.
Happy Christmas to you, darling.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye.
If you want to talk to me, Matt and Trev, you can email russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. You can call 0500 288 291, or you can text us if you like on 88291. It's up to you. We don't want to be inhibitive. Hello, is this that fella? John Palermo. Now, we have been following the story of John Palermo. First of all, John Palermo told us that him and his wife were in a full-blown Christmas row, and he wanted to escape down the pub. He asked us what we should do. There was some dispute between the three of us. I said, stay there, sort it out. Trev said, go down the pub. Matt said, hit your wife. Now, he never said that. No one said that. It's a terrible, terrible thing, and we should never, ever resort to violence in any situation. So, then, secondly, he emailed us later going, I stayed in, like you said, and now she says I should have gone out, and she don't like me writing on the computer while she's talking. And he's also put to computer because he's pressed J instead of H in that, probably in the panic. Yeah, that's when a rolling pin clattered in the back of his head. Now he goes, she says you and the policeman from the embassy can choose. That's lucky, I guess she means. You decide, like Big Brother do. We both go to the pub, I go to the pub, or stay in for, well, and he says nobbing. I can only assume that's referring to a sex act.
No, that's a Christmas thing.
A Christmas thing, noggin. Something you do with hot toddy, probably.
Noggin. Yeah.
Eggnogging.
Do that later. Save that from after
Well,
midnight.
I think, we're all grown-ups. We know that people have sex on planet Earth, otherwise how on earth would we have all got here? Right, John, I want your phone number, mate. No, that's not because I've just thought about you having sex. I shouldn't have put that information in that order. I realised earlier that comedy is just revealing information in a certain order, and so is...
Well done.
Thank you. Do I get a
Christmas
badge?
is nearly here.
Do you think I'd be rewarded for that? So, John Palermo, John, send us your phone number, mate. Stop hiding from this. We are going to sort out your marriage. Me, Matt and Trev will have you lot so happy. You'll be swinging, you'll be going on daft holidays. Your marriage is going to stink of love. Give us a phone call, mate. Give us your phone number or something. You can call us on 0500 288 291, or you can text us 88291, or do what you like, really. Just live your life, you loonies. Oh, Mark Ramprakash has won Strictly Ballroom. Matt, you won't care about that, do you?
No.
None of them words meant anything to you,
No.
did they?
I understand the word Mark.
Mark Ramprakash has won Strictly Ballroom. Oh, good, did he? Well, as long as they arrive home safely. Trevor, are you happy?
I'm very happy. I mean, he was an elegant batsman. I can only imagine what he's like on the dance floor.
Well,
but,
what, Strictly Come Dancing, and your imagination
I'm
can
busy
rest.
working, aren't I? But that's interesting. 2 cricketers have won it 2 years consecutively.
Who won it last year?
Darren Gough.
Really?
What?
Well, he's a bowler. This one's a batsman. Next year, it could be a wicketkeeper.
Oh, blimey, can you imagine that? The nation would go crackers! We're all cricket crackers for these loopy batsmen. So, well done, Mark Ramprakash, you big saucy devil. He's got a sultry sex appeal, Mark Ramprakash, hasn't he?
Oh, he's one of the most attractive cricketers of the last 25 years.
Trevor, do you just sit around judging him? And Day, who works on the show, just nodded so solemnly when Trevor said that. He went, as if he'd said, you know, it is right, we must learn to tolerate other people's faiths. He nodded like that. Yeah, we should tolerate other people's faiths. Yeah, Mark Ramprakash is one of the most handsome cricketers of the last 100 years. Who's your favourite? W.G. Grace? Who would you like? Beefy Botham? Do you like him bearing down on you, feeling his elbow in your spine? Come on, you saucy devils. I'm not suggesting that he would really do that. So there's an email here from Amy. She goes, "Hi Russell, could you please do a shout out for me? I don't know if you listen to radio too much, young lady." Yeah, okay, there's a shout out going out to you, Amy. Your boyfriend's my boyfriend's driving me home, listen to your show, and if you can tell him that I love him, his name is Wesley. Wesley, Amy loves you, mate.
So you should have the confidence to say that.
No, don't make it, because it puts pressure on a relationship, Matt. It ruins
So now you've said it.
ruins the sex. Don't tell each other you love each other. Try and keep some anonymity. Keep
Now
it
he's got a
spicy.
picture of you in his head.
Wesley, I want you to think of me next time you're kissing Amy. That's right, caress her neck, breathe in her ear, son. Go on, Wesley, that's the spirit. Now, if that doesn't eroticize their car journey, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. Are there any other options? There can't be. None. There's nothing left. Should we listen to Kasabian?
Yes, please.
Let's listen to Kasabian. Is this a new single from Kasabian?
Me+1. You have to say that quite a lot in life, don't
You
you?
do, always go Me+1. It's always
On guest
happening.
lists.
On guest lists.
Who's on the guest list?
Me+1. Me+1. You mustn't make that noise, Matthew. It's offensive to people who do it as part of their lives. It's Kasabian or Me+1. Brilliant Kasabian there with Me+1. Surge sings that one. They've done that on our TV show, Russell Brand Show on Channel 4. Finished now. We finished it. We've done it. And good it was when he sang that. Do you remember,
Yeah.
Matt? Just sat there with a
Down.
guitar. Handsome, isn't he?
Yeah.
Surge. Nice
Yeah.
lad and all. Like him and his girlfriend. Lovely, healthy, nice. Good to be a rock star.
Lovely,
Africa.
healthy, nice.
What's wrong with that?
Oh,
Healthy.
you, General Rat?
Yeah, I just like to make sure I'm over people's lifestyles. So, you remember we spoke to that stand-up comedian woman, Susan Oates, earlier?
Oh, Wild Oatsy.
Wild Oats, we call that. Get out here, Oatsy. Go on, have it, love. Wild Oatsy, we spoke to her on the phone. Remember, she was worried about talking about sex in case her parents were listening.
Yes.
Condom lady.
The Condom lady, as you will forever know her, Trevor, which I think is probably helpful. Well, she says, she sent us another text message. I'm over the embarrassment I felt about my parents hearing me talk about sex. They heard the whole thing and they thought it was funny. So there you are, you see. If you confront these fears in
Good to come out
life,
of it.
often you will be rewarded. Confront your fears. That's it. You know, we've all learned something there. Any fear. Perhaps it's a fear of terrifying sharks. So we've got an email. It's from Craig Lincoln. Dear Russ, Tev and Matt. He thinks that we do this radio show with Carlos Tevez. How do I escape from my sense of worthlessness? Well,
That's a tough
right. We'll
one.
get
That
up on
is a
this.
You never
Craig.
will.
Don't say that to Craig.
No, you won't.
You will.
He
You
will.
will.
He
Stop
will.
it, Matt. Stop
He
playing
knows
mind
he's
games.
not worthless.
He might not.
I got a girl's number, and through my own neurosis and self-doubt, she's now stopped replying to my texts. Do you think she'll want to meet up? I realise you don't know me, her, or anything about this situation, but we do know some stuff. I know where my shoes are. But I think your enthusiasm for helping people can more than compensate. That's Craig.
He's
Right.
obviously blown it by being psycho. Over the top.
No.
Craig, no, maybe he hasn't.
No.
Come on, Craig, text her. Text her to tune into Radio 2 now, and we will make that woman love you.
Text us her number. We'll text her.
We'll phone
from
her.
You. It will look weird.
Right.
She'll
Now that'll
feel-
freak her out,
exactly.
Trevor. That's a
It's bad
terrible idea.
Sorry,
Hello,
I was
this is
thinking out
Radio
loud.
2.
Sorry.
Phone her and say, I just fell asleep, woke up, and had a dream that me and you will be together forever.
Right,
And also had a dream that Radio 2 was on, and they were playing, for instance, I don't know, Train in Vain by The Clash, and then we'll play that later.
No,
Right.
She'll listen
That's
to
too
it and
weird
think,
as well.
oh look,
don't you
he's
think
been
he's got
emailing a
special
radio
powers?
station.
No.
What a weirdo. Never trust him.
Let's not do anything.
Craig, just
ring her.
text her now, tell her you love her. No,
don't text her.
No! Craig!
Ring her.
Go and stand outside her house in the
know.
rain, looking up at the window, crying, going, why?
Say,
Pull down your trousers and pants, Craig. Soil yourself
Honestly, the
and
best-
sling muck up at her
She's
patio
stopped
doors.
replying. The best thing to say is, it won't have worked out. I'm glad that, you know.
Matt, don't play mind games
Play
with
mind
women.
games.
Ring her.
That's
Make
why you
her
had to
think,
come
oh
back
God,
from
she's not
Australia.
that bothered.
That singing sea shanties to the sharks as you're submerged in their oceans.
He's got to move on. Ring her. Find out yes or no. If it's no, move on. There are more
Shagger of the
pressure
Year.
women.
Why are we listening to advice? How many Shagger of the Year titles have you pair
Look,
one
if that
between
had
you?
been given to you by women's magazines,
Fair
a
enough.
whole of women
Exactly.
who queued up at their polling station going, I was with Russell, and it
And
was
he was
brilliant.
bloody good. So he was
Then
selfless,
then that would be
kind.
good. If it wasn't just from column inches, rather than anything else.
His column inches, all manner of inches have been rewarded. I think, anyway, I will agree that the Shagger of the Year title is to some degree spurious and does have very little validity in the actual world and is spiritually worthless. But nonetheless,
You've won it.
I've won it, so that makes it a bit better than nothing, doesn't it, Craig? Now ring that woman. What should hold on, I don't actually know.
because
what
this
it
is
is.
what she's backed off because she's thought, oh, he's been a bit
You
heavy.
don't know that.
I
That's
do
not
know
fair.
That's your
I understand
neurosis.
women's
That's
so-
your neurosis.
That's where Matt
No.
drives away
That's
with
your
him.
stuff.
Fawning
Women-
nitwit that
No,
he is.
they don't-
I love you. Will you be my new mum? I've bought
Never
you a
like that.
costume. That's how you treat women.
I'm brilliant with women. I understand it.
Ridiculous outburst.
If you put too much pressure into it, she's going to think, oh God, that's a bit, it's a bit
I
too
suggest
much.
loads of... Look, what's better radio? It's much better he puts loads of pressure on her.
You should phone her up and somehow we can
Phone her
listen
up,
to
exactly.
that phone call on air.
That exactly.
Catch one of her pets, Craig, and say she don't get that pet back till she submits to your demands.
It's a paw through the post.
Paws through the post. It's the only language some people understand. Why don't you put on Chain Reaction, Diana
Yeah.
Ross, cheer us up, won't it? We all used to listen to that as kids. Like
Bee
the
Gees
video.
wrote this.
Bee Gees did it. Bee Gees. Oh, I tell you what I know here. Bloody Islands in the Stream. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Come on, let's get that on after
with
this.
you.
Because we are islands in the stream at the end of the day.
Chicken, Kenny Rogers. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
After that, let's put this in.
Woochie-ticky-woo,
I think
what
it
are
goes.
you That's Fine Young Cannibal.
Well, I don't know what happened. I enjoyed myself. Right, come on, put a record on. We're being weird. Diana Ross and the Bee Gees doing Chain Reaction.
No.
Apparently, what?
They wrote it.
Yeah, but you can hear them doing the backing.
That's her.
Well, then it's not her that's going
Must be
in
then.
the background, is it? That's them. Right, the grown up. Look at the grown ups
Yes, they're
nodding.
there.
All
Okay,
right,
sorry, that was
satisfied. Hi Russell, it's Lucy Stevenson from West Ardsley. Just wanted to tell you how much my 15-year-old sister Lauren loves you. She's been to see you live, met you in the bar. She loves you loads and loads. And for Christmas, her best mate got a picture of you off her phone, put it on a t-shirt. She's coming to see you again, and she'd love it if you could wish her a Merry Christmas on the radio. She's always listening. Happy Christmas, darling. Happy Christmas to you. I really hope it goes well. I really want you to have a bloody good Christmas. But you shouldn't have that illegal merchandise when we've just started selling t-shirts. They are available now. Dear Russ, this is really funny. This is from Dear Russ. I think Susan Oates is a sad Ken and will make a shite comedian. Says Melissa.
You shouldn't be reading
No,
that.
she's
Why are you
not.
reading that?
Don't read
Why
that
you said
out.
that was funny?
My boyfriend Bob is asleep. Will you dedicate some sexy music to him? I think Susan Oates will be a good comedian. Susan, do that gig. You're going to be brilliant. And they're just being vindictive, aren't they, for a laugh?
Terrible. She's not getting her request.
Trevor, don't be so dictatorial.
I'm putting my foot down. I
Why
can't
is
have
Bob
that.
asleep?
light-hearted.
Why does he want romantic music in his sleep?
That's how it helps Bob. He likes to nurture an erection as he sleeps.
Russell.
I remember, what? So what? Who cares? People get erections. It don't matter. No one's worried
don't.
about it. Who cares? As long as she's just laying there asleep, he's not doing any damage, is he? Now, no, Susan Oates will be good. Come on, get behind Susan Oates. Not with you, Bob, with your erection, but your missus ought to. Hey, Russell, I think you should dedicate some of the show to creating your new political party that you've started, says Scarlett. All right, then, we'll dedicate this bit to it. in this new political party, we'll just pretty much have a bit of a laugh. That's one of our main policies. Gay? Just came
I never took it that seriously.
You're going to have to eat those hats. We missed the Kasabian gig in Sheffield last night because one of them had a dodgy tum. On our way to Scotland, can you eroticize our journey to make up for this Kasabian mishap? Yeah. Ooh, going up there to Scotland. Lovely.
Right up the motorway.
Go on, get up that motorway.
Coastal road,
Look at that little coast, all the waves lapping against the beach. Oh, can you hear that bird? Look at it up there. Or, oh, the dirty devil. I don't know. How do you eroticize things?
That's not erotic, is it?
I felt that I'd liked it. Right. Hi, says someone who doesn't tell her. I live roleplay to escape from this mundane life. Myself and a load of mates dress up as fantasy characters like wizards and that, and get really drunk,
I've done
says
that.
Cree. What, pretended to live a fantasy life?
In when I was a schoolboy in Chislehurst Caves in Kent.
Yeah.
You can do live action role play. We dress up as, and you have
What do you
padded
dress up
swords.
as?
You go down in the dungeons.
It's dangerous.
It's not. It's good.
What do you mean?
You'd like it if you were a wizard.
You can be a wizard, can you? And
Yeah,
you
you
get
have
a
to
padded
learn
sword, hit
spells, and
people.
you have to put your hand over your head when you're doing a spell.
You put your hand over your head? You've got
It's
us
not
delusional
real.
down
It's-
Chislehurst
I know it's
Caves.
not real, but you go
Alright.
down there with padded swords and fight in the dark with
I
hordes
think
of
it's
orcs.
dangerous.
It's not dangerous. It's
What if
dangerous
someone
if you
gets
fall
one
over.
in the eye? Right, there you are, danger.
But that's not a good way to live your life, is it? Oh, it's dangerous.
No, I suppose not. I suppose not if you want to escape from things. How do I escape from things? I just suppose by being really irresponsible and that, and just being careless,
Yeah.
being all giddy and going...
Someone who used to be a heroin addict going, oh no, don't dress up as an orc and go down a cave. That's
Cause a lot of
dangerous.
danger. Oh, here, have a bit of heroin though. That takes the edge off things. Don't take heroin. It'd be really bad if someone did take heroin as a result of a flippant
Don't
remark.
take
Like,
it. It
just
makes
don't
you
have
a
it.
right
Really.
dull idiot.
It does make you a dull idiot.
And your eyes roll up in your head and you don't even know it's happening.
And you're dribbling. Some of the time, just doing a little dribble all over yourself. It's embarrassing.
Dribbly.
Do you know what? You know that bloke, John Palermo? Like,
Yeah.
who's been having an argument with his wife, right? He sent an email in saying, because we offered him free counselling, he sent an email saying, no effing way. You don't want the
He
counselling.
thinks we'll make it worse.
Thinks we'll balls it up. Right, if anyone needs any counselling or helps with relationships or love, call us. Particularly, say you're having an argument tonight, you and your wife, ring us up, we'll sort your life right out. Me, Matt
We'll
and Trev.
adjudicate it.
What we'll do, adjudicate the argument.
Yeah.
Right,
By
say what...
arguing amongst ourselves
Well,
about what to do. Yeah.
No, we wouldn't. We'd get along
Yes,
fine.
we would.
Come on.
It's Christmas, why is everyone arguing?
Stop arguing. It's Jesus Week or other religion week, depending on what your religion is.
It's the holidays.
It's a holiday season. It's Winterval, is it? What do we? I don't mind. What we-
Hanukkah.
It's fine to have a religion. I just don't really give a monkey's what anyone believes in. Do you, Matt?
Yes.
What do you? Why?
It's interesting.
Oh right.
What
Oh
do
yeah.
you
I'll listen
believe
to it.
What, sorry?
What do you believe in?
Thanks very much.
In what terms of what? Spirituality?
Yes.
I believe everyone should just be nice to each other, and
Just
I
be
don't think
nice.
you should work out your own religion inside your own head.
What's yours then in your head?
Don't get involved in that just now.
so
Look, we've got an email here.
Quite
It's,
a big
hello,
question, Trev.
Hello, Mr. Brand and Matt and Trevor. I kissed a girl the other day who I've been in love with for more than a year, but I'm scared she's now trying to escape. I like her. What can I do by locking her in a cage in
What,
the
is he
basement?
still holding on to her?
Hold on a
I
second.
don't know this.
What can I do by locking her in a cage in the basement and feeding her scraps until she welcomes my physical touch?
No.
Sam, that
Stockholm
sounds like a
syndrome will
solution.
kick in.
She will. She'll start to sympathise with her captor. That's Stockholm syndrome. Don't kidnap people, mate. But hold on. He's kissed her. He's been in love with her for a year, and now she's trying to escape. I
What
like
does that
her.
mean?
What
She's
can I
trying to
do?
escape. This is scary.
classic. This is exactly like the last bloke.
It's not like the last
You've got
bloke. You
to
haven't
hide the
done
fact that
anything.
you really like them and seem nonchalant, and then they might stick around. If you go all guns blazing, they'll walk away.
Sam Ganaway, you can have whatever you like in life, Sam. Just focus and try and relax, lad. I think just be nice to her. Send her a picture of yourself. Send her a picture of yourself, all like with lipstick all smudged all over your face and that, just grinning with some lipstick on your teeth, and be wearing a pair of like really tight swimming shorts with your genitals out to one side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like be holding a big tin of old-fashioned drink like Bovril or something. Just send that to
It's
her.
confident, you see. They
And
like
it'll make you
confidence.
laugh again when it comes back up in court.
Why did you, Sam Ganaway, send that thing? Russ, thanks for letting us escape the boredom of the journey to London from Dorset. We can laugh with our teenage kids. Even the music fits varying ages. Look at that 4-generation radio. That's what we're always on about with Strictly Come Dancing and X Factor and that. Things that appeals to different generations. The kids can listen and enjoy this radio. The old folks can enjoy it. Everyone can enjoy it. There's nothing weird or exclusive in our bonkers radio
Four
world.
generations? What, the great grandparents?
Hold on a minute. There's the baby, That's little. He's the first one. He's loving it.
Is there a baby?
He's getting off on the sound
Made
effects.
up the baby.
You all right, mate? Hello, chicken boy.
Go
I
on
love
then,
you.
So kids,
Parents, grandparents.
Who are the other ones?
people-
Teenagers.
People from space.
Pets.
Pets. Yeah, pets. They're listening.
4-generation radio. Did you make that up?
No, it exists, doesn't it? 4-generation TV. It's one of those things.
So
you
it
have
must
to
be,
know about
it must be
demographics.
children, teenagers,
Four gen-
adults, great
that must be what it is.
grandparents.
They're the 4 generations. And they're all listening to us right now, shaking their heads. So, yeah, well done. I'm glad you're listening to us as a family, because one of the things we support here on this show is family values. We just want people to bloody well get along, don't we? It would be good, I think, if everyone just started kissing each other.
Yeah, you tell us that quite a lot.
Why don't we kiss each other, guys? Enzo from Croydon says, I've never seen Serge without his hat on. Serge Alcasabian, he means. Do you think he's balding or has a funny-shaped head? No, he's got a nice head. I once escaped from a Limp Bizkit gig by leaving before they came on stage. I feel all smug and good about myself because I can say I haven't seen them live. That's interesting, Enzo. Why did you go, mate? But, you know, fair enough. It is a good escape. One in
Maybe
the eye
they're
for the
playing
biscuit.
at a festival.
Right, he just thought, come off.
He wanted the support.
I'm out of here. Russell and boys. I used to be a bitter man, but I ran out of people to bore at the bar, and have since left the legal profession of a drunken fool, and am now studying my naval. I raise my chamomile tea, sir, to you in the name of temperance. I feel I've escaped to victory, Colditz and Devil's Island in one glorious anxiety-reducing mouthful. Merry Xmas, chaps, and all who sail with you. That's from someone calling himself Salvador. I escaped from Alcatraz. What an unusual man.
Alco-trash, is that sort of boozy?
There's no O in it, Matthew. Get in touch more, you. You sound to me like an interesting sort of fella. I'd like to know more about that man and the workings of his mind.
Pickled his brain.
You've pickled your brain, sir. Everything you say's confused us.
Have you ever read the book, Papillon?
I ain't read Papillon.
Brilliant.
He hangs out with them lepers. They get on just fine.
Yeah, but he keeps escaping from, it's apparently true, but I think he might have lied a bit.
Do you think so? Why don't
Yeah.
you trust old Papillon?
Because it sounds
He
like
escaped from a prison, didn't he? Then he went and become friends with some lepers on the
then,
colony
yeah, and
island.
then he lived on a sort of island and had 2 wives. Then he went but got caught again, went back to prison, escaped from some of the harshest prisons in the world.
Why does he keep escaping from different prisons like he was into the buzz of it?
Yeah.
Just liked it.
What about that brilliant bit of stand-up you do about...
All right, this is a hell of an opportunity. Now then, talking about escape and there being no escape, what about Ray Liotta in the film No Escape from the Penal Colony? How come in that film No Escape from the Penal Colony, Ray Liotta, I've seen that film, and Ray Liotta escapes from that penal colony? It's the main thrust.
Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Not quite what we're looking for.
Some of the older patients might not like it. No, if you wouldn't mind leaving with as little fuss as possible.
Russell has a few sort of...
Psychological tics
Yes.
that can be triggered off at any time.
If anyone mentions technology, he'll go, wait, I know something about this. Terminator 2, haven't we learned anything?
Have we learned anything from the film Terminator 2? If anything happens to do with technology, brilliant.
If anyone
I am.
says the word escape, she's
No
little eyes
escape
like,
from the penal colony.
everyone, 5 minutes ago someone said escape, but I wasn't in the room then, but I heard about it, and...
I'd just like to update you all. Ray Liotta was in the film. Yeah, well, anyway, it's a
no
good
escape
point.
from the penal colony. But guess what? He did... Yeah, he did escape.
Yeah, he did escape from
I
the penal
think because
colony.
the name of the film is like someone said to him, there's no escape from the penal colony, and he went, yeah, I'm Ray Liotta.
Hey, don't say that. That would undermine the entire central thrust of the narrative. This is my point about that film, No Escape from the Penal Colony. Right, it says as well. It says no escape in really big letters, right, and then it goes from the penal colony in little letters, in case you were misled about what the no escape was from. No escape. Oh, what? None at all. We're just referring to the penal colony. I just like the way they've tacked that on at the end, in case you go, what do you mean no escape? What if you really try? Oh, they're just talking about a penal colony. And then also that film, I reckon, when the original script, I reckon, was about a sort of a homosexual prison utopia, because they all get sent to a prison island, and you can still see the faint traces of the original script, where all these men are sort of gay, and they've built this sort of gay society, right? But because it's a Hollywood film, they've gone, we can't have this bleeding gay prison utopia. They've removed all traces of gayness, but there's the odd sort of ember of it still flickering in Ray Liotta's
Sure,
little
you
eyes.
just not watch this in your little pink dressing gown. I can see through this charade.
Hello, boys!
Can't we, little Morrissey the cat?
It's quite clear what's going on here. Someone call Mark Harmon.
No escape, blimey.
The only thing you boys aren't escaping is the truth. Now sit here and give me a cuddle. Russell.
I need a smooch.
I'm going to come at that penal colony, I'll smooch the bloody lot of you.
The curtains are horrible.
My God, they say prison's hell, but let's not lose our manners. Right, come on. Sam Bradley said, "Hey Russell and the other two, it's Sam from Lincoln. I've liked this girl for about a year now, but I don't know how to ask her out. Any other girl would do, but she's my best mate. What should I bloody do? I think you're bloody brilliant. Well done on the sex award." Thanks for that. Yeah, I've got a sex prize. Thanks, Sam. Listen, mate, what you've got to do with this best mate of yours, give us a ring, send us emails your phone number, we'll get you on air, we'll have a bit of a chat to you. Matt, you've got to stop giving these young men smug advice about playing
It's not
mind
smug,
games.
I just think...
Be honest with women.
Play it cool and, you know...
Just be yourself. Out of work.
No, you told someone to send them a picture of them covered in lipstick. Russell used to go up to waitresses, write a weird poem on a serviette and go up to them and give it to them.
It works.
What were the figures?
I reckon 80%.
Walked off.
No, spat in his food.
They read it and went, "That's nice. Is someone looking for you?"
Yes, they are. Why have you got your shoes on the wrong feet? It makes me walk backwards.
Got your address pinned on your collar. Come on, don't cry.
Listen, that
No, I have
technique
seen
works
you pull
brilliantly.
like that, actually.
Brilliant and unbelievable results. Come on, don't attack
What
the
do you
figures.
write on the serviette? You never showed me.
I used to just write, just find out their name or something, write a poem with their name in it, hand it over to them, just wait for my delicious spit soup to arrive. Anyway, listen, you give us a call, young Sam Bradley. Give us a ring, mate. 0500 288 or 291. No, that is the number. 0500 288 291. Or anyone else with some sort of sexy problem, give us a bell, we'll help you right out. Okay, another email here. Hi, Russell. We've just founded a classic society at the University of Newcastle. Would you be our patron? Yes.
Careful what you agree to.
Right, hold
You have
on.
to go up there and do a speech.
Do I have to do anything? As long as I don't have to do anything other than say yes now, I'll do it. Yes, I am now your patron. Classic Society, University of Newcastle. It's good. Kudos, mate. Up there, up north, Newcastle, all Geordies, learning. Brilliant.
You should go up there and do a speech.
Light working conditions, no pay, and we'll provide a toga. Look at that. We're going to build a symposium. It's going to be like the ancient Greece. I'll be like Socrates. Didn't he get done for corrupting the young?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
He had to eat a load of hemlock, poor fella.
Didn't he just write down what Plato said?
No, that's what Plato did. Plato wrote down what Socrates said.
Yeah, but they're not like secretaries just jotting down notes. They're
No, it's his pupil.
bright as buttons, them fellas. Bright as buttons. Packs out, says Hugo. Listen, Hugo, I'm well up for being your patron, mate, but as long as there's no actual effort involved. I am coming to Newcastle to do a gig in next year's tour when me and Cocky Locky tour the land, doing what we loosely describe as comedy.
The land?
The land,
The
yeah,
land, we're on
England
sea.
and Ireland
No
and
gigs on sea.
Scotland. There's another thing here. No virus found in this outgoing message. You cheeky guys. You're bonkers, you lot.
Do you
Hi,
listen to this
Russell.
song that you've been...
Ah,
All
Islands
justified.
in the Stream. Yeah, this is Kenny Rogers and
Oh,
Dolly
this is
Parton.
the original of Ghetto Superstar. Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah, that's right. It is
Oh,
like
right,
that.
yeah.
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 What is it? What version is it? Bee Gees or is it Dolly's version?
Should be Dolly.
Dolly! It's going to be Dolly and Kenny Rogers. Put it up dead loud, Matt. Let's get into this. Here, right, if you're a young person, get into this. It's romantic. If you're an old person, remember this. Oh, Dolly and Kenny, Islands in the Stream. It's uplifting, isn't it, to listen to that?
lovely.
It's really nice, eh? It's made me feel romantic. It makes me... What does it make me want to do? Oh, yeah, no, that's not romance. I'll not do that again. Imagine if nowadays Dolly Parton was all young. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Oh,
She's
one of my
still
favourite women.
Good looking.
dirty devil. Is she?
She's alright.
That's a
Very
syrup,
beautiful.
though, isn't it?
I fancy her.
Dirty devils. Pair
Don't
of
say
you.
that.
What?
Not in a dirty
Has she got
way.
fake boobs?
I
No,
wonder
real ones.
about it. How do we
Real.
know? They're not fake, they are real.
They're real.
Can we get that? I want something conclusive on that before we make any snap decisions, before Trevor starts booking
Imagine
aeroplane
those pressed
tickets.
on the glass.
Yeah, imagine those pressed on the glass. That's one of the best things you can do with boobs, is press them on some
I
glass.
think they look too much like eyes then.
Don't think of them as looking like eyes, that's
Cartoon
childish.
eyes.
No, fried
You
eggs.
press them on glass, they look wrong.
I like them pressed on glass in a shower, that's lovely. There's nothing wrong with that. You know. Let's not talk about that, come, we're adults. Hi Russell, it's great to be back at home listening to your show. Last Saturday I missed you as I was giving birth and they don't have radio on the Labour ward. Well, that's a mistake, isn't it, immediately? No wonder children are coming into the world all peculiar.
Clueless, can't do anything for themselves.
No, get the radio on, get the wireless on, cheer 'em right up. I think that might be, is that from Nicola? No, Nicola, my friend, our friend, a makeup
Maybe,
lady.
yeah.
She
Why
was
wouldn't she
giving birth
introduce
last
herself?
Saturday. I don't know, perhaps she just couldn't be bothered or something.
There's a lot of it about that.
Yeah, a lot of people are having babies. I see them everywhere I go. babies. They're lazy, a lot of them.
Yeah,
If
they
he's
say,
looking at-
Russell, give us some money.
Give us. I say, look, I've done my part. Look at it, lovely looking thing. Russell, I need advice on how to attract this hot barman. Look, do you know what we've created here? People need to get themselves together. Right, now listen, all of you. You're all beautiful, both inside and out. You mustn't worry about anything. Nothing's important except finding love within yourself and being all honourable and glorious and beautiful to each other. Take things dead slowly, because nothing you can attain externally has value. Only that within yourself already is valuable. However, if you are after a bird, go up to her, say something like that. They love that gear. No, yeah, don't worry too much. But anyway, this girl, Shy Lisa. Oh, Russell, I need advice on how to attract this hot barman that I know. I'll be there on Christmas Day. Is it too predictable to take mistletoe? I would have rung, but I'm shy. Lisa. Oh, Lisa.
No, generally, if you try it on, they'll be up for it.
If it's, listen, Lisa, you're a woman. Let's tell you something. Men like women. Go for it, love. Let him have it.
But I think the mistletoe might, because he might just see it as a cheeky joke.
Thing. Go up to him
and go, I like you.
I like you, mate.
I'd even
Don't
texted
call him
into
mate.
a radio station.
So I texted
about
into
it.
a radio show, Russell, Matt and Trevor on Radio 2 talking about this situation.
We should, I think they do this on another radio
What?
station, but we should be the bridge.
We'll
We'll
get
phone 'em up.
people
You
together.
could get them on side.
Let's do it. Even
Phone
if
him
they
up,
do
get-
do it on another
if you've
radio
got someone's
station,
number
we'll do it
and you
really
want
well.
us to ask them out for you.
Yeah, we'll do it. We will bridge...
Not tonight. 'cause
Hold on,
we're
what should we
nearly
call
done.
ourselves? What can this item be called? We're your love bridge capacitator. That's catchy.
That's catchy.
People will love that. This is... I don't know, we'll think of something wonderful. Oh God, look, another one. Russell, if you like a guy, what should you do to find out if they like you too? And how do you make them interested in you? Scarlett, you just must let love shine from
The
within you.
name
You'll be
Scarlett
fine.
is a good start.
It is, that
It's
is,
a-
implies you're saucy.
Be direct, though. That's what I think.
Be direct.
Yeah, because then
Try
you'll find out
directness.
one way or the other. You won't waste any time.
Anyway, just extend love to everyone, because, you know, maybe monogamous couplings, they might wear you down. I fancied a bloke at work for years, says Julie. Then met him recently at a party. We snogged around the back of the hotel. But then he said he doesn't usually do that sort of thing, but he does find me sexually attractive. He's 29 and single and loves ornithology. I'm 35 and mad about him. Do you think he might be gay? Ah, look at all those emotions rushing out of this woman. Look at all these things we've got
Why
to
do you think
solve.
he might be gay if she snogged him and...
I don't know. He likes
Around the
ornithology.
back of the hotel?
That doesn't mean anything.
Maybe they work in a hotel.
It's at a party. The party was at the hotel, I think. You're at a hotel when you're snogging around the back of it. I don't know. Well, listen, I think Julie, all of yous lot, just like go for it a little bit. You'll be
Yeah.
all right. You'll recover.
You're
There's
asking us,
billions of
ask the person
people
you
on
wanna
the.
talk to.
There's billions and billions of people on the planet, right? If you don't get that one, you'll get another one.
That's the point.
That's the
Move
thing.
on.
So many.
That's what
When
I'm trying to say.
rejection, when you don't care if you're going to get rejected,
It's a numbers game.
you can only win.
Hi Russell, I'm enjoying your show. I can't wait to hear Islands in the Stream. I can't help but think this email's out of date. This from someone called Mark. We'll play it again, it really uplifted a lot of us. Alright, this radio show's nearly over. G, come over, mate, do us a poem. Right, this is Mr. G, he is our poet laureate. He does poems that summarise the entire show.
Summarise?
I said that they do, aye. Go on then, G, summarise this show.
Okay, a summary of the show. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, ding-dongs coasting merrily on high and higher. Good King Wenceslas last looked out and saw Russell trying to escape from a U.S. nut house. Last Christmas I gave you my heart. We're now giving relationship advice to put you on the right path. Don't ask. But bells have been jingling, holly and ivy were tingling. I heard that Joe Palermo's wife left him and now he's gone back to drinking. What were you thinking? Listening to the self-professed shagger of the year? Trevor's on the run from the French and Matt dresses as a magical overseer? So deck the halls with gall and folly. Russell says press your breasts on the glass and let's get jolly.
Lovely! Sexy Christmas poem, you dirty devil! Crikey, Keats never wrote nothing like that, you pervert! And I'm not a self-professed shagger of the year. I've got a bloody certificate.
What do you get for it?
You get a picture of yourself with a sun masthead, so it's
yeah.
like a mocked-up front page of a photograph of me, my Radio 2 publicity photo, what I hate. But if you replace it, we'll send another photo. I don't like it. I look like a man emerging from a dog. Remember that programme, Manimal?
You look like that.
Huh?
What do you mean? You said this before. It's just a picture of you. How can
How
you be
cruel.
emerging
Imagine,
from a
right, imagine
dog?
you were looking at the side of a dog, and then a man crawled out the side of it. He was underneath the dog, and all the dog's skin sort of went taut, and the man parted from out of it. That's what my photo looks like. Have a look at it on the website, bbc.co.uk. Well,
That's
dogs are
called
lovely
body
looking animals.
dysmorphia, when you look in the mirror and see something like that.
Not what if you look at a photo? That's not body dysmorphia. That's a bloody
If
bad
a psychiatrist
photograph.
said to you, what do you see when you see a photo of yourself? I see a man being born out the stomach of a dog.
Okay, well, you're going to have to go back to that psychiatric hospital, aren't you, for a little special sleep that lasts you till
I
you're
hope
40.
you like ping pong.
Yee-hoo! Don't eat the balls. Put that back down. Put it down. Don't do that. Right, okay. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Matt's flatmate. Can we say that thing? Matt's flatmate was in
Not
the
my flatmate now, an old flatmate.
An old flatmate of Matt's was in the Territorial Army, was it? And he's like, there was a sort
Yeah,
of
there was a hike thing where someone had to play an injured man, and there was a proper soldier there who was
proper soldiers. Wearing all sort of proper camouflage.
He threw my mate Steve over his shoulder and started running with him, and he squeezed out a little fart.
Because imagine if you were over someone's shoulder and they're running and it's like their shoulders pressing into your abdomen and like a little, I love that it was a little involuntary fart. Little and the sergeant who was carrying him.
He didn't say anything, like, he didn't like go, oh, you know, he just went, don't do that!
Don't do that! That's really good. Not like, oh, you dirty bastard.
He just went, right, come on over here. Don't do that.
As if it was a list of things that you don't do.
You've got no dignity if you're
Don't do little
carried
pipsqueaks.
over a bigger man's shoulder.
Yeah.
And so your head's hanging down their back.
Yeah.
I'm okay down here.
All his little hands flailing about near that drill sergeant's bum. Don't do that! Dirty devil, pack it in. Don't do that. It's good. That used to be my first catchphrase when I was a child. Right. Okay then. So this radio show's nearly finished now. Let's start wrapping things up. Well, no. What have we got time to do? We've helped people to. What were we talking about? Escape. Well,
Escape.
You can escape with
You're
your
going on
own
holiday?
mind. I'm off on a little holiday now, off to the Maldives.
Says here, Russ, from Alex, I'm glad Russ is finally taking holiday. That man works too hard. You deserve a beak as well, Matt.
You do deserve a beak.
do.
I've always
Fisherman's
thought he was a vicious crow, man. Trevor, you can have raven's claws.
All right then.
That'll be nice. G, thank you very much. That was a great poem. We didn't really have any guests, but there was some wonderful heroes over the show. John Palermo was good. I like that lady from Brighton. She was bonkers. What was her name? Claire, the carrot woman.
Yep.
I like that carrot
General
factory.
Rot.
General Rot, the leader of the carrots. Your carrots are evil. And what else was there? Who else was on this show?
Stand up lady.
Stand up lady. To be confident, stand up lady. Get out there, Susan Oates, and let them have it in January. You'll be brilliant. It don't matter. Nothing matters anyway. Life's meaningless. It's all transient. It's only an illusion. Just get into it. Be beautiful. Right, so this radio show is all but over. I'm off on a nice little Christmas holiday. Enjoy Christmas. It doesn't have to be about Christianity. I suppose it's just about love, really. I mean, it was a pagan festival anyway, so it could be pan-religious altogether, couldn't it? You could just celebrate a general feeling of love. I hope I ain't got your illness, Matt. My stomach's starting to hurt.
Oh, that'd be nice in Mauritius, wouldn't it?
You find me ill when I'm in Mauritius, I'm going to phone you up. I'm going to say, Matthew, we've got to write a period drama. We've got to write a period drama. It's about a man. He dresses in black. He's got a beak instead of a face. Yeah, it'll be a crazy thing. Come on, let's clear off this radio show now. What are we going to play ourselves out with, Matthew?
What I like to call the news.
Ah, yeah, that's a really avant-garde piece of music where things that have just happened are told to us by, what's her name, the lady that does the news? Andrea Simmons, isn't it? Andrea Simmons.
She did Butterfly Kiss.
She did Butterfly Kiss, and I can see her now through the glass. Andrea Simmons, we love you very much. We'll see you soon. And thank you, and let's have some eroticised news. No, not eroticised
Say
news.
ho, ho, ho.
Oh, say ho-ho somewhere in the news, Andrea Simmons.
Ho, ho, ho.
It is Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. What? No. Oh, Matthew, I thought that as well. Okay, it's good to go. This is BBC Radio 2, 88 to 91 FM, Radio 2 from the BBC. Bye, love you. Happy Christmas. Take it easy. Ta-ra.